Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. 76, tell him. 76. 76.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Goff on third down. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
And now Wilson unhappy with something he saw there as he's going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. For Carson, CD, quite a season, although maybe somewhat under the radar, but part of the NFL's top rushing offense, and he was 5th in the league.
1,151 yards, 9 touchdowns, and Seattle got back to their identity, which is a run-first offense that provides some pretty good thump inside the tackles. And how about Chris Carson? A 7th-round pick 2 seasons ago out of Oklahoma State. Never ran for 1,000 yards in college. Does it here in the NFL. Pretty underrated name with a big-time game.
He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Carson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Goat. On 3rd down, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They run for it with Carson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. So give him the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. They'll try to run with Carson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to go down again. LaMarcus Joyner in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out the, just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said it. I have no idea.
CD, before this next drive gets going, the Pro Bowl took place January 27th in Orlando. Third year in a row that the AFC has won, and really the third year in a row where the weather in Orlando has not been too kind. It was ice cold 2017, and then downpours the last couple of years.
Yeah, in addition to it being cool as well again this year, so rain and cold, that hurts the crowd a little bit, but still, this game has evolved into what I would call a crazier type NFL game. Quick whistles to make sure guys don't get hurt when there's tackling going on. How about receivers playing defensive back? Defensive backs like Jalen Ramsey catching touchdown passes. And to cap it all off, when they awarded the MVP trophy to, I believe, Patrick Mahomes, it broke.
Yeah, indeed, it was Mahomes, the MVP of the offense, Jamal Adams, MVP of the defense in the 26-7 AFC victory. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Start left here.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Got some real estate inside the 30. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Here we go.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Go, 12, go.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Rolling to his left. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Gurley's got the 1st down and then some. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Rams are in for 6. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is finally going to be stopped down around the 5-yard line. What a return. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Charles, before this next drive, I'm curious to get your thoughts if you look at the Super Bowl from the perspective of the Rams offense versus the Pats defense, because Jared Goff only one touchdown pass in the Rams, 2 playoff wins, and then, what do you make of the whole Todd Gurley situation?
Yeah, just 5 touches, 2 drop passes in the NFC Championship game. As he said after the ball game, I was sorry. He didn't play well. He didn't mean he was sorry to the fans. He played in a very sorry state. I don't expect that to continue. He's too good, too talented. I would expect a big game out of Todd Gurley, but the late season acquisition of C.J. Anderson gives them a great backstop at the running back position, and they may have to throw the ball a little bit more in this game. We'll see if Jared Goff and those excellent receivers are up to the task.
2nd and 10, Goff again. He goes underneath for Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Lift! Hard ball! Shout!
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here I come again. Check 51. Gotta go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Right here. Check 51. Check 51. Go. Hey.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had two excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had two huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nickell Robey-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything, right?
Next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hardball. Super. Go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From the 50, it's gone. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play.
14.
But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Well, that game experience.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Go. Hardball. Go, 12. Go. 11. 10.
After the interception, here's Goff. And now he'll fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there. So no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50. Zebra, zebra. Check safety, check safety. Be alert, be alert. Hey, hey. Run it, run it, run it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50. Gotta go.
Right back to him on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Escapes the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Clear. Gotta go.
Wilson now, operating from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
I sound him.
I should slap it open-handed. Tough life, I told the model she need lower standards. Asked her if she had a twin, I feel like Joey Tanner. Big spender, Kris Jenner, I promote the family. Kardashian, see the Benzo, she like, oh, it's happening. Think she called me, cause she never knew her daddy. And my all black, Rhythm Nation, Janet, boy, don't make me Jackson. Bodily, was underground. Frontin' like a ride with the mob. Why shouldn't I charge me, myself, and I? Play the odds, a yes man, it's just a bobblehead doll. Holler them all. Strutting like Pac out the court, hop out the Porsche. Shake that, got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch for the sharks bounce. I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was gangin' since the platinum FUBU days. I got dreams of being Hova out your movie, yay. Listen, babe, so good you'll think I'm cool with yay. Okay, my diamonds dancing, I could Lisa Ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For real, overload. This is like I got like my pinky. Money, baby, we don't pay, it ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like the same style. Chopsticks for beef, I'm shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lamed out. Luckily, so, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw, peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can with me?
Nikki, baby.
Go.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah.
Buddha blesses me.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer, straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element, out my element. My the same, don't need no clout, no fame. No clout, bought the game, all brand new chain. I swerve the lane, call the group the gang. Whip that thing, whip it, this shit give me.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that, Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. Trucks over him. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Louis. Back. Ric Flair. 12.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down. Gone. It's caught left side by Cooks. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. On first and goal, Gurley. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Starting left, dude.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to slither by. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his first look is incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Get up!
3rd and 2, now Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
11. Hey, my way. Hey. Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in.
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. These Rams, Charles, it's been quite a ride for them. You think a couple years ago they went 4-12 as they got settled out on the West Coast, and now in the Super Bowl. Of course, everyone's excited about what Sean McVay has done, but these players deserve a lot of credit too.
They certainly do. And I'll take it a step further. So does administration, from team president to general manager, the entire organization, in putting together this ball club and then having the gumption to pick Sean McVay as their head coach, a youngster at 31 to come in 2 seasons during the Super Bowl. But think about this year, Brandon. They played in some of the biggest, most high-profile games in the NFL along the way. Remember the game that they played against Kansas City? Huge game, 54-51, the Rams won. The game at New Orleans in the regular season, another monster matchup for number 1 in the NFC. And then in the playoffs.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Bruce Carter.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down. 21 guys this year in the NFL over 1,000 yards receiving, and it was Jones that topped them all. What did he have, just over 1,600?
Yes, 1,677 yards, the second highest total of his career. He had 1,871 in 2015. You know, I've always called him Secretariat. You see it on display each and every time he plays for the Falcons.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Gun. 21.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Ryan now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Hey, wait. 11. Gun.
Ryan will throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun. Get up. Let him go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Going for it all. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 26 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Well, as they get ready for this next drive, we shift our attention to a little Super Bowl conversation. The third time that the Super Bowl, Charles, is going to be played in Atlanta, and the Patriots had 35,000 folks come out in Foxborough before departing for a little rally.
How about that? You would think that would be a fan base who might be a little bit blasé about the whole thing because they seem to go just about every year. But they continue to use their rallying cry. They hate us because they ain't us. And as for the game itself, February the 3rd, I can't wait. I'll be there to call the game international one more time. Just remember, this game is 17 years to the day since Super Bowl 36. Got this whole Patriots thing kick-started, literally. Adam Vinatieri with a game-winning field goal. Patriots beat the Rams 20-17. Same franchise, different city. They were in St. Louis then.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A shotgun snap for gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Super. Shell. Yes, sir. Start left here. Yes, sir.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Start left here. Yes, sir.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. Here we go on 4th. Goff looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but the Patriots...
nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something.
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us, and everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tuesday.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Get up!
Here's Coleman. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Gun. Hey, express! On!
On 2nd down, Ryan. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game. The Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, where was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year, we had overtime in both. Tom Brady and the Patriots won the toss, went downfield, scored a touchdown, ball game. Drew Brees and the Saints won the coin toss, threw an interception. The Rams kicked the field goal and won. Defense still exists if you care to play it.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Orange, orange, orange. Dude. Shout. Starting left here. Hard ball. Hey, 5. Shout.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
17.
Out of the gun. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. The one running back is Gurley. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now Ryan on second down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Ryan now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
22!
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Gun!
From the gun, Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask there. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun. 21. 11. There we go. 5, 25.
Back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman from 17 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here. But if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And the Rams getting set to go now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
We go. 76. 76.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
17, got it. Check him out. Maverick. 76, tell him. 76. 76.
Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's gone. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And a short gain here down to the 22. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Super 66. Starting left here.
Now gone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Falcons going to use another timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And Zerline's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
So out come the Falcons now. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
12. Get up. 21.
One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job to Vince.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah.
Buddha blessings be.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We buy the ball now. Swing doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. Bill, we don't do bleachers. Pockets lettuce. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt, then sell it. Free mind. Cash amount, we bailing. Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. Ice. Swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Put that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring the. Don't want no. They pull up with that. It's times 3. That's how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. top. More PJs than PJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Splash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Tax. Rock the show. Don't skid. Splash. Think about post now on the ground, man. Delete it. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Gang. Think about post now on the ground, man. Delete it. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game, had to ice the game. So much ice, too much, had to ice the lane. Freeze the dud, freeze, had to freeze the lane. Freeze, camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up, guess I'm homegrown, well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Yeah, the clinics, but that baby wipe this nose. I wipe this nose. What's a lick with till they explode?
Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Tax. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about post now on the ground, man. Delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Gang. Think about post now on the ground, man. Delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
All set. Rafe with the stars out. Rafe. Not a boarded house. Hey. Get deported out. Gooped out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Hey. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. Hey. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. barely see the acting brand new like I don't see it when I do. Who them folks? Who want too close? Give me room, phony folks, play it close, do the most, don't they? Bad company, that's bad for your company. Bad company, that's bad for your company. Mad cow disease, now you in a ton of beef. Tuck underneath my new blue Dunkaroos. Flintstone, bust down, color Murakami. Fruity Pebble, Basil, Wilma, Betty, Fred, and Barney. Bad from out of town, I think she model Abercrombie. Wrist game, Lucky Charmy, told my jeweler leprechaun me. I'ma come clean, I got beef. Paranoia got me rolling on my sleeves, okay. Hating cause I'm upping up the fees. Whole team got these on their tees all day. I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. If you still frontin' when I upped it, I'ma squeeze.
I'm above average.
My have an all white rank. Couldn't hit if it had ain't. Lanes can't call it and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never helped your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Look in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I crush a ghost. Got 2 cribs and 2 states, I be doing the most. I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why, cause the white folks don't. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana gold yard bandana. Big, a lot of like Santa. Threw a birthday party in a phantom. Big like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, I had cornrows. I can see you hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank, take small. Bank account on some talk. Attitude on some. Bank roll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
She said, what you gon' do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having. I'm passionate like just after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packing. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Or going to wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those. I might buy a red bottoms with the crypto. 3 coins, that'll pay your whole semester. But you got it better than a Tesla.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Back again, back to back, made back, stacked it. I'm a Slim Shady, the M. Once he black, he'll be back again. Tell him that it's crunch time abdomen. Yes, I caught Mad Chanel and Mad Javin. She did it again, imagine them. About to make these bums mad again. Back to them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening? Rerun, about to make these rap again. Diamond chains on my ankle. Young money in the cut like a tail tip, rubber bands on my bankroll. Show my like a
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Look, I defeated my fears, soaked the towel in my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years. Out in the field, take a look at my shoes. Never had a thought that it might lose. Considering the cost, how to give them my dues. Never got a talk to it like you. I've been feeling like a king for months. We eat all the rich cuisine for lunch. All these wishing he was done. Oh, you tried it, that's a piece of gum. Now, look at me, I'm the captain now. I'm recruiting this year. I be praying for y'all while I'm praying for y'all. Like a line of abusing this deer. I hate a dude with no plans. Now I usually get near. Oh, my ex her man. Cause I'm the mutant in here. We look good, just show us where the camera. Years ago, I had to up my standards. Make your missus Alabama. Turn it to my only private. Swear like she don't got the answers. Who's the boss? I feel like Tony Danza. Walk up in there like I got the swag. What kind of swagger? I'm the blackest panther. Wakanda. Y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine. Your girl has been calling for days. I get in all different ways. That New Orleans parades. Yeah, we like. None of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Y'all all with it and y'all talk a lot, but y'all ain't got the heart to do the mission. I'm hard-headed like the juggernaut, but there ain't nothing I can do to listen. I'm authentic and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix of Autobots and mixed with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick, I need a pad of walls. I'm the king, heavy crown, heavy rain, cat and dogs. Homie with me if you're asking for it. There ain't much that he be asking for. He just wanna have a paddock on with a watch face with little dragon balls. Look, you don't need me either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Your girl has been calling for days. I get it in all different ways. New Orleans parades, yeah, we like. None of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation, yeah, we like. Your girl has been calling for days. I get it in all different ways. Yeah, I'm like, none of my patient. We look like we on a vacation.
It's on earth, but it's where I be.
Money over my head stone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm gang 3 times on my head.
No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I'm a nigga, I am a boss in the cut, man. These models it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down.
Feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I feel like a boss right now. Talk down the man right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shorty oughta been my me. Ooh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never I left, yeah.
Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you get a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Chicago Bears. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Go, 66. So, 54. Go. Alpha. Alpha. Move. Right.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Ransom. Hey, gotta go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Now he's forced out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 65 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. As this Patriots offense comes back out, Charles, how do they match up with the Rams defense? Because one thing's for sure, we know that they can have guys appear out of nowhere. You remember James White with a hat trick of touchdowns in Super Bowl 51. Who's it going to be this year?
Well, they have so many guys to pick from, and you don't think about their offense as having a bunch of superstars, but then you start going down the line. Don't forget Gronk. He can play with anyone, you know that. How about this year with Sony Michel, the rookie runner? 53 carries in their 2 playoff wins. Julian Edelman, Mr. Third Down. Chris Hogan makes big catches. Oh, yeah, that's right. Rex Burkhead scored the winning touchdown against Kansas City. You go on and realize they have weapons all over the place. It's going to be fun to watch them match up with the Rams defense.
And that Pats O-line needs to stop Mr. Donald, don't they?
They certainly do. And so far in the playoffs, Tom Brady's been sacked 0 times.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Mike's right! Right! 54! Go! Move! Alpha!
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long.
Rip! 54! Let's go! Hey, Alabama.
Now Brady. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
Right! Shadow! Check 59, right? Sugar! Regular!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. For the Chicago Bears, Charles, as kind of the dust settles on this season, how do you think that they will remember it? Because right now, the fresh wound is there with the missed field goal. We get that. But this is a pretty good season they just had.
It certainly has been. Remember, they were last in the NFC North in 2018. They won the division in 2019, their first NFC North title since 2010. They acquired Khalil Mack to begin the year. And remember, they had a heartbreaking loss at Green Bay on a Sunday night to open the season. A lot of teams would have gone south after that. Instead, they went 7-1 at home, won 9 of 10 to close the year. They're going to be heard from.
And it'll be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Patriots in possession. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Brady now on 1st down. Wide open, Gronkowski. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Brady will try again on 2nd down. Goes underneath here to White. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. To throw is Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there on the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, One always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44, that's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it. You don't like the McCourty thing, though, do you?
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Lock in. Red, up. Hey, gotta go.
On third down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to Foxborough after this. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's got a man here. Complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. This is Howard on 2nd down. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Alabama.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. And a dump off to White. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brady now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Ready? So, let's go. Wide. 29. Alpha.
Now Brady. And right side caught Hogan. Chris Hogan. And all the way in. Touch.
I like when birds come out. Girl, Brad, she go to battle. LOD load the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bet. I got the demon on flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life, then you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life, then the ape in. I like when birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, she. I like when birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, she.
seen the best of them jammed up. 25 to life and the can't stop.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 64 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They juked him. Oh, now he bowls him over. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 16. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
18. Hey, 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. He leads this one for Howard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now, in this situation...
And he will fight his way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Parkey with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On second down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On second down, Ryan. Buying time to his left. Now hit, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now Ryan, flushed out right. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
18. Gotta go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Gotta go.
Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Boy, C.D. Mack, just from day one, he's looked so good in a Bears uniform, literally and figuratively. And some Raiders fans watching this saying, oh, I wish we had him on our team.
Yeah, just about every Raiders fan saying he looked a lot better in silver and black. Why don't we still have him? But in Chicago, immediately comfortable, fit right into their defensive scheme. They said, go get the passer, and that's exactly what he's done. Leonard Floyd, another first-round pick coming from the other side. He has really helped Chicago get off to a great start, and they love how he disrupts teams' offenses.
There we go. Hey, quick land. 21. Go.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. To throw again is Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Where they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Space to run past the 20. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Coleman. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They get it to him running left. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. That escapes the sack, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
18.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the... And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
54, sir. Ready, go.
Coleman now. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
21.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Tuesday. 20.
Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
20. On. Gun. 21. 21.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
22. Left.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones as the 1st half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now running right through it. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's go, let's go. Lock it.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky going up top. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, gotta go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Ran, 18. Move. Ran, hey, 18. Ran,
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch.
Come on.
A Chicago first down to former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 71 yards. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Gun. 21. 58. 25.
To throw on second down. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
12, 20, 20. Great. 21. Gotta go.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw on second down, Ryan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
Lock in.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, 18.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense,
so from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Ran.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
this defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Parkey's kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They will run again with Coleman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Go! Left! 54, south! Left!
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
20! 22!
From the gun, it's Ryan. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
54, south! 54, south!
2nd and 10 now, Ryan. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
12.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Being chased out left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Here we go. You see it? You see it?
Again, it's Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Lock in, lock in. Behind.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Gotta go.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go with Howard again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Lock in. Hey, gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chain.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little bitch, watch out like 2 chains. I done swerved in a new lane. Bang at the quick to do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And this will not be returnable. It's out of Back of the end zone for a touchback. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Get up! Right.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Connects with Sanu right side. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying,